You know how you used to have you could get a Coke float, couldn't you?
Yeah.
Could you put a scoop Coke float? Yeah, you get a glass of Coca-Cola and you put a scoop of vanilla ice cream in it.
Oh,
it seems
okay. I was like,
rancid. I've never tried it, but I know about it.
It's very nice, but I wonder if it would work with beer.
Yes, but I will feel you get really different results depending on the beer. If it is something that works well with the sweetness.
I think it would have to be like
Guinness.
Maybe not Guinness. I was thinking like a very sugary, cheap, ice cold lager.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, but I think do you want a beer that is already sugary while adding more sugar, or do you want something that is more bitter that could use the softness? You need to do some trials.
I think maybe some research, some A/B testing needs to happen here.
Yeah.
I can't think of a better summer activity, really.
I can be in the control group, so it will need to set up a parallel but different.
I mean, the interesting part is it better to have a beer and a scoop of ice cream side by side, or putting them together?
And what beer and what ice cream?
Yes.
So this has to be a very, very substantial test. And potentially quite expensive.
Yeah, I mean, we're already in this needs an Excel spreadsheet, so
we're going to have a pivot table.
Proper science, this. Yeah.
I'm saying the word pivot table because I know that's something to do with Excel. I don't know what it is or what it does. It pivots.
I don't see I've never seen the charm of it. Some people really love that in my projects.
I mean, if you can't condense the information you need into that one tab, then you haven't simplified enough. I mean, if you need a pivot table to like get the information from here and there and compile it, then your thing is too complicated.
Yes, that is exactly my point. And I mean,
you need to leave that on the hob and simmer it down a bit more.
Yeah.
I mean, in the project at work, just talk about this briefly. It's spanning over multiple years, and it's a lot of big, heavy Excel sheets just to keep track of everything. And we have some people who are really, really good at Excel sheets, maybe too good for their own good. So just add on functions and linking stuff together. And when they get to somewhere between 40 and 80 megabytes in size, then they generally crash because they made something bad, and they have to start over again. And I try to use those as little as possible. Mine are clean, no extra fat.
I've said it before and I'll say it again. There's two types of people in this world: people who are good at Excel and fun people.
Well, it's a good thing I am self-taught and all that. I'm not really good at it, just watching stuff together.
Well, speaking of being too good for your own good, that is not something that is applicable for our friends over at Post Nord. There is no risk of anyone.
Post Nord, my old nemesis.
Yes,
it's the Danes.
I got a message here the other day from someone in the States. The print arrived. Brilliant. And then someone commented, well, I haven't got mine yet. And that person lives in Denmark. So I went in and I checked the parcel code, and then, over a month ago, it left the Norwegian Postal Service and then entered into the hands of the Danish Postal Service, which is Post Nord Denmark. And it's stuck in customs, it says. And then it was released from that for delivery. And that's all the information I got. So then I called. Of course, the recipient can't call the postal service and ask about the package because he hasn't received it yet, and then hence he's not the owner of it. So it's up to me as the sender to then call the postal services. So I did, spent a good 10 minutes in queue to get to talk to their AI assistant, which, like, I started screaming to it, I want to talk to a person, goddammit. Like, all right, so is it one of these 5 parcels we have registered at you? And then you had to go through all the parcel numbers. And I was just screaming, I want to talk to someone. And then once he got through that, he's like, do you want to talk to customer service? Yes. And then, all right, tell us what parcel it is about. And then I had to read up that parcel number, which is a long number. And then suddenly I was in another queue to talk to a customer service manager. And then after a set amount of minutes, I got a live person in the other end. Finally, someone who knows something. No, it's summer now, so you have a lot of these holiday interns. That was the feeling I got, and the first answer I got, and it is just enough to make you cry. Oh yeah, that package went abroad or outside the country. That's another department. So I was put over there. But luckily, when they transfer calls internally, you don't have to go through the queue. So I got to talk to one relatively quickly, and yeah, the package has left Norway, so there's nothing more we can do. So you have to contact the company in the country of the destination. God damn it. So, all right, I said thank you and then hung up and called Post Nord. Or no, I did not call them. I went online and then they have like this form that you fill out if the passage has been lost or not arrived and whatever. And I started filling out all the details. And then the last question was, are you the recipient or are you the sender? And of course, yes, I'm the sender. And then I automatically got the message. You're from abroad, so you have to take this with your local courier. God damn it. So now I have 2 companies that, like, we have no responsibility. It's out of our hand. And there is a print floating somewhere in space, not receiving its. And of course, when I sent it, I just wrote down like a £10 value or something. But of course, when you start to ask them, like, oh yeah, we could check with lost and found. What is it? Is this it's an artwork. It's a print. All right, is it in a frame? No, it's a brown paper envelope. And then no, they could not find it. So God knows where it is, and I'm losing all faith in humanity. I mean, it's at what point is we always go for the cheapest bidder with the lowest quality of service, and now they are not sending letters anymore either. So now it's private companies taking over the handling of letters in Denmark, hence Post Nord. So it's like, God damn it. 10, 20 years ago, we had one postal service and they had pride in their work and it was government founded. So they weren't like chasing imaginary numbers by being profitable. They were just like, our job is to get post from A to B safely and we take pride in that. No, that is gone, sadly.
Yeah. But what can you do?
Well, what I can do is, I've been selling tools, so now I'm going to buy new tools, and I'm going to buy tools now from sites that give you alternatives of shipping companies. Some of them they don't give you an alternative, but some of them do, where you can specifically say, do you want Post Nord or do you want the Norwegian Postal Service or others? And I'm just gonna buy things now where I don't have to deal with Post Nord. That's a deal breaker for me. So,
Do you have any good pickup spots from DHL or UPS or whatever?
oh yeah, the local store has, of course, they have the Norwegian Postal Service, and they have Post Nord, and they have Instabox, and we have a Norwegian company called All the Way Home, which delivers to your door, and it's been a good service, but the last year it's become less good, I feel, because when you have more companies having these pickup points, they started competing on the same market. So it's underpaid drivers in their private cars with just the company logo like on a sticker on the door, so they are not invested in this job. So it's sad to see it's trickling down there as well.
Yeah. Yeah, we had Early Bird, it's called here, where they deliver packages. Same with the morning newspaper.
Oh
It
yeah,
was
yeah,
a decent idea until everyone stopped having a morning newspaper. They had to restructure a bit.
yeah. In Norway we have the same, but it is you can buy for yourself or as a gift for others breakfast. And up until 9 o'clock, I think the day before, you can log on to their page and like, all right, I want a fresh baguette and some freshly squeezed juice and whatnot, and then it will be delivered to your doorstep before 7 o'clock in the morning. So it's very nice to give it as a gift to someone, and they also can add flowers and chocolate and gifts and whatnot. But it is reasonably cheap as well. I mean, if you want to celebrate or I don't want to get out of bed on Sunday morning, I can just order in breakfast. That's nice.
Freshly baked bread is a really good thing to have delivered to your door in the morning.
Oh yes. This is I remember this with fondness. When we finished high school in Norway, you have like a 2 week celebratory period, just midst amongst all the exams as well, where it's a lot of partying and drunk, and the different schools have different challenges that you should do during these 14 days, and then you get like trophies in your hat to say that I've done this. It's like and it can be like drinking a 6-pack in an hour, kissing a police officer, and like those things. And one of the challenges we had at our school was spend 4 hours in a tree. So me and two friends, like, all right, we are going out partying that night and we need to be at school at 8 o'clock on Monday morning. That means that if we climb in this tree at 4, then we could just climb down and go straight to school. So we climbed up in this tree and we were sitting there, and after a couple of hours it started to get like, oh, it's a bit cold, it's a bit peckish. The alcohol started wearing off, so you started feeling a hangover come. And then one of the bakers from the local bakery just walked past on her way to work, and we like started talking to her, and I knew her, and then like, would you guys want anything? I mean, what do you have? I mean, everything we serve at the bakery, we are now baking. So within an hour, we have freshly baked whatever. So like, could we get that? Could we get that? Could we get that? And we'll come and pay after we have gotten down from the tree. But no, we didn't have to pay. So like after a half an hour, she came back with a tray with like newly baked buns and some fresh juice and whatnot, and just handed us to in that tree. And it's the best breakfast I've had in my entire life at that point. So,
sounds amazing.
A tree breakfast, that is very much something you should try at least once in your life.
I'll give it a go. I can't remember the last time I had freshly baked bread, mainly because I don't live anywhere where there's any bakers.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. And I don't actually eat a lot of bread. Not really. And supermarkets
I eat very much bread. So
supermarkets have like, the bakery section, and some of them used to have like in-store bakeries. A lot of those have gone now.
Yeah.
A lot of those, they've been replaced with,
the bake-off stuff.
We finished cooking it in the store.
Yeah.
But we didn't actually make it here. So it's not really the same, is it?
Yeah. The main grocery store we shop at has a really decent in-store bakery, actually. So they're making cakes and bread and all of that. It's really decent. I wish they had more rye bread and that sort of thing. It's like a bit too much, just the white stuff, but it's still really good. So yeah, I kind of spoiled that. And
but a big doorstop of squidgy white bread with loads of butter and a bit of jam on it. Oh, good, isn't it?
I mean, it doesn't stop until it's empty. That is like the trifecta. All the good things align. Yeah.
It's like, why are all the things that taste the best? Why are they all brown?
Brown and squishy. Yeah, that's a good question.
Yeah, not slugs, obviously. I mean, proper foodstuffs.
Yeah.
Some brown stuff does not taste good. Yes, we can all agree on that.
Let's clarify actual genuine foodstuffs that are brown. They all taste good.
Yes, and some of the good stuff are red.
It's that thumb analogy, isn't it? All good things are brown, but not all brown things are good.
Exactly. Yep. Is butter brown? Well, yellow is close to brown, isn't it?
It is a really weak brown.
It's a lighter shade of brown. Yeah,
pale brown.
Yeah,
Oh, I'm just thinking about now is just like beer with ice cream in it and white bread.
Oh yeah,
A simple life. I think this weekend I'm going to have to go out my way and find some properly baked bread.
You deserve it.
Yeah. I have to go to some fancy part of town where they've got fancy bakeries and they'll charge me £7 for a loaf or something ridiculous.
Yeah.
But it'll be good.
You probably will.
Yeah, you will be a connoisseur of the good things. So yeah, that's worth the penny.
There are worse things to spend money at.
Absolutely. What did you spend your money on this weekend? Hookers and gin. All right. Anything good? Nah.
I don't remember. This is many years ago, but of course, someone won the lottery. And of course, the local newspaper interviewed him. And then, like, so what are you going to use the money on? I'm going to use it on wine, women, and drugs, or something of that matter. And then whatever's left, I'm going to waste.
Oh, my God.
Oh, was that fluff, or did your neighbor now start watching football shenanigans?
I don't know. I mean, football shenanigans has been going on for half an hour and I haven't heard him. Maybe he's watching it somewhere else.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Are we winning or are we losing? Should we find out? Not that I care.
I'm so glad I don't care.
The only cup I'm interested in is one that comes with coffee in it.
Yeah, or beer with ice cream. Yeah.
What is it?
I had a meeting today at 9:00, and the one who called for the meeting was sitting in a car, has been awake since I think the Norwegian team played a football match at 4 a.m. and a couple of hours, but then of course he's so riled up that he can't fall asleep, so he's basically not slept anything. And I'm so glad I can just go to bed and get all the sleep that I need. I don't care who chased the leather ball best and kicked it into that fishing net at the end of the golf court. So.
Well, here we are. We are 26 minutes into the game, and it is England 0, Ghana 0.
Ghana.
Ghana. Yeah, which is a country somewhere.
Yeah. What was that? France was playing, was it Somalia or some country like that? And they did a tally, and I think it was 20 of the 22 people on the court had roots in Africa.
Yeah. Yeah,
So
I remember when I visited a childhood friend and we played soccer on the Nintendo. I always chose Cameroon because I thought it was just a cool sounding country. And of course, that is what I do now. As I mentioned in the last episode, I have been asked to do a Kahoot at work. And at any Kahoot or quiz, you have to have a geography section. And then I remembered this guy on Instagram just having the world map in gray with one country in the color red and like name this country and you win $20. And some of them are really hard. Um, and then I found the web page that he's using or something similar. It's the world map and you can just click on a country and it becomes red and then you can just screenshot that. So I'm doing that. Five questions, geography from easy to very hard. And of course, in the European countries are relatively easily, and then you have some in the South Americas, which is a bit hard. And then when you come to Asia, you have the big countries, but you have some obscure countries there in between. And then you have in the middle of Africa, there is. I know some of the names of the countries, but where they are, it's like yes, I could play South Africa and Madagascar probably, but then Congo, maybe on
no.
the West Coast, but I couldn't pin it on a map accurately. No, and then all of the other states, and so
Yeah, I think it's Egypt is the only one I'm sure of, other than the ones you said. The rest
yeah,
is yeah, but I mean that's the same with the states in the U.S. We did that as a fun game, a game around the dinner table. Just see name a state and move on. And I tapped out rather quickly, and then I became the referee and checked it on on a map and said, "Oh yeah, that missed that one, that one, that one, that one." So
I I,
yeah, it was.
th- I think with the United States, I could probably at some point make the list of all the states. Oh, of course, I would probably get to 30, and then it would take a lot of time before I
Yeah.
remember the rest of them. And then placing it on a map.
Well, that's
Of course, then you have to start with the lowest hanging fruits. So, yes, California, New York, Florida, Washington, and then I remember the shape of Nevada. So then it would just be like throwing things in. Um, and then it would be fun to do that actually and see how I will probably have a lot more states left than I think that I don't have. There's a big open space in the middle there, and how to,
and then drawing the borders as well.
yeah,
How well would you do that? That was kind of fun. I had a geography teacher that liked to take just that this was back in the day with the overhead machines, of course. So she had a stencil of a country on the, I mean the outlines of it, and then she just put it on the overhead. But sometimes she turned it 90 degrees or 180 degrees and that just and that really threw us off. I mean, yeah, I think it was Iceland. I think that took us forever to figure out because it was twisted 90 degrees.
oh
So
yeah,
that's also a fun thing to do on a Kahoot. Just take a simple country and rotate it 90 degrees, but not
Th-
tell anyone which way.
that's the. I'm not sure if you watch this, but it's one of the talk shows I really enjoy, and that is Last Week Tonight with John Oliver,
Hmm.
and they take very serious deep dives in cases in what each episode. But of course, before and after, they have these small segments, and then sometimes they report on some news that happened in some country. And then, of course, as a news anchor, you always get like the picture up in the corner of the screen with the outline of the country, and maybe a dot where the capital city is or whatever the news has happened, and then they talk about it. And then, like halfway into the segment, he could like stop. but that is not Congo. This is Congo. Then they swap the map, and then he continues. And then he's like, no, actually, it was Congo the first time, but you didn't know that, did you? So when every time in that show they show a map, they have fucked with the audience so much that they don't trust themselves. They don't trust the show. It's like, it's not even a real country at this point. And then, of course, it's become like a mind game. So
That's Mordor.
yes.
I think if you look at where's Game of Thrones set, Westeros.
Westeros.
Yeah. If you look at a map of Westeros, I think all what's his name? R.R. Martin. What's his first name? George. I was going to say James, but I thought no, that doesn't sound right. No. I think he just looked at a picture of the British Isles and then just flipped it in Photoshop, and then that's basically what Westeros is.
That is, I'm imagining the that's where I go, because I mean it is basically this.
But that's I mean that's
it's just that.
It's just that the rest of the world is just a small speck on the outside of the ice, which is, I guess, how you watch the rest of the world.
Yeah, but it's sad though, because he's skipping over the really interesting part. I could, when I was daydreaming back in school, it's like I can draw imaginary maps. Of course, I read Tolkien, I read Narnia, and so on. So just writing a random outline, or if I spill coffee or whatever on my paper, so you got the stain. Well, that looks like an island. So all right, here's the mountain range, and dragons live here, and you start running away with it. So making the map for a world like Lord of the Rings style, that's the fun part. The writing part is the boring, when you're gonna like make a story to like move a party from A to B on that map. That's the tedious part.
So you're more of a world builder.
Yes.
Well, speaking of writers, this was rather fun. I read this in the newspaper just a week ago or so. The Swedish crime writer Håkan Neesser, crime. No, but it's, he is kind of famous and made lots of money, which he claims it was his accountant who put money in weird places to avoid taxes, but the court said that it was him, so he got jail time for tax evasion. But now he's gotten approved for an electric tag, as I learned it's called. You just got to check an electronic device checking up on you by where you are. But they realize that when you're a writer, you like just sitting at home all the time. That's not a penalty for you. So to actually get that, he also had to get a job in a community service, so to say. So he had to leave his home to do charitable work, like a 9 to 5.
Yeah, that would be a proper punishment if I got an ankle bracelet. And you need to be outside of your house for 8 hours straight every day.
You heathens.
God damn it. Yeah, I would be looking at the Geneva Convention real quick.
Because I also felt, I mean, it would be heaven. Oh, I'm sorry, I can't come into the office. I'm trapped here. I can't do the shopping. I'm trapped here.
Oh no! What a shame.
But the opposite, yeah, that sounds horrible.
And it's a paradox, because I'm a law-abiding citizen, so I wouldn't get in that position. But if I were to be innocently framed and get that ankle bracelet, I would be so law-abiding that when my my workplace calls, are you able to take? No, I'm in jail between 8 and 1,600 hours, so I cannot attend any calls. I'm serving my sentence. I'm staying true to the path, so no Teams meeting. Sorry.
I mean, the rough part with that being landlocked at home, so to say, is how do you do supply runs to the hardware store? Do you have to ask permission for that, or
you slip a note to someone who can get stuff.
Yeah.
But who do you trust to pick out your plywood?
Oh yeah.
That's a real specialist job. It's going to cost you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's more than 2 cigarettes and a shank. That's
Yeah.
But that wouldn't that be great? Though I feel that you have it in the UK already, because I know Glenn uses overnight from Amazon. That's not an option here. But of course, you have these companies where you can order in breakfast, or you can order the newspaper. There should be a company that yeah, you can order from a hardware store, and they have one. It's like a pizza delivery, but for hardware stores. So as I need a M3 nut and a lag bolt and some stud grease and some rope pulleys, and then like 20 minutes later, there's a pizza van showing up. Like, here you are.
I mean, I'm sure that a lot of site managers would love that service for professional use, but I don't think that actual workers would like that, because I think they enjoy. Oh, we have to go away to the store to pick up some more lumber or some more screws and that sort of thing, and take the rest of the day off.
Yeah. Just going to pop down a screw fix. It's only 10 minutes away. 4 hours later, you come back. Oh, there's a hell of a queue.
Exactly.
Ignore
So, I
these,
mean, there
ignore
are
those
an
McDonald's wrappers.
opportunity.
They've got nothing to do with this.
So, I mean, you could base that service just on that, but then have it also available for us makers who could use that stuff, because
Yeah.
Yeah. But again, circling back on that, would you trust them to pick out the good plywood? Or would they just pick up the first one they get, which the manager in the warehouse has said, just get rid of this warped, bendy piece of ply?
or just get that because they're driving around in a big lorry and having that's been rattling around there for half a year. There's a rounded edges everywhere.
It's fine. It's fine.
I mean, I enjoy the process of now becoming my own hardware store, but would I like to also charge and take upon myself the services of supplying others?
No.
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 This is for
That's silly
me
talk.
and me only. Yes, I have got the thing you want, but no, you can't have it.
Every man is an island. Every man is a hardware store.
I would very much, if I win the lottery, I'm gonna be the black book of hardware stores. It's gonna be the most magical place you could ever envision, and then, like, I'm gonna be there. No, we don't have that. But I'm looking at no.
Sorry, that's not for sale. That's for decorative purposes only.
Yeah.
Yes, we have it, but that's called for. What is called? Someone has claimed it.
Yeah.
It's me.
reservation.
It's always me.
There's an incredibly rare. I know it just looks like a box of screws, but it's an incredibly rare box of screws. You can't afford them. If Sir has to ask, Sir cannot afford it.
Exactly. No.
So how is the hardware store going, Håvard?
Oh, it's going fantastic. I ordered the last of the drawer slides, so I logged on to the company who sells them, and they have a 15% sale on everything. So, god damn it, I could have ordered all my drawer slides, but of course then I had to wait until now, and I did not know they had a sale before.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I got 15% off. Stoked. The rest of the sorting cases have cleared customs, so they will be delivered here, hopefully before the weekend. So what I've been doing is, of course, the insert boxes come in a variety of shapes, and the smallest one is this. It's a 1.1. And what I realize is that for some of the, like, the spade connectors and bits and bobs, I don't have that many, but I have enough to last me a lifetime, but they don't fill up even the smallest ones. So then I found a guy who made half inserts. So you can just download the print files from the internet. And I did. And these are beautiful. So I can...
Just that if you can fit your finger in that. Looks
Yeah.
like.
And it's perfect because you get your finger in and you can scope out 1-in-1 screws. So it's very good for getting to the smaller ones.
Nice.
But then I realized, yes, it's very narrow, but if I have longer bolts, they won't fix. No, they won't fit. And then of course you have this one. It's a 1x3 box, but still too wide. So now I've designed my own. So this is a half width, 3 units long. And I test printed it today, and they are sturdy, works, fits in the grid system. So now I'm just going to start printing a lot of those. So because that's the next thing I'm going to do when I get the last batch of sorting cases, is to go through my actual hardware store, the bolts and nuts and everything, and sort those in by sizes and lengths and whatnot. So I'm getting to the end, and I run the CNC today. So I've started making the parts for the overly complicated index system, which is going to be the majority of the video. So I built the cases, I made the video for the first part, so now I just have to do the indexing part. But I thought I would be able to do it before July, but since the weather has been so beneficial for painting the house, I prioritized that in case there's going to be a rainy summer later. I can complete my hardware store on that video.
Seems like good priorities.
Yeah. So
yeah, that's something. If ever I get, he says, if ever I get some free time.
You don't get that if you make it.
I really do want to sit down and learn how to 3D model and at least start utilizing the 3D printers I've got at work before committing to buying one for myself, because I think they are very handy.
But I mean, if you have them at work, then I wouldn't buy them unless a lot of people are using them, so you struggle to find free time, because that's what I do. I design in the evening, and if there's a long print, I still don't feel comfortable running the printer at night while I'm sleeping. So if it's a long print, I just press play while working, and then once your workday is done, the print is done, and then you could go straight to your workshop.
No, they do appear to be pretty much in use all the time.
Yeah.
So they started out with one, and I think they've got 4 now. Mm-hmm. I think they're all quite small, like the little cube-ish ones. So the cheap ones, I guess. Yeah. You can't print anything big, but something to do. There's always something to be done, isn't there?
Yeah.
Always something tickling your to-do list that you haven't done yet. Like this weekend, they've got to list up some more pottery. Mother and father had a very substantial collection of craft and studio pottery collected over 30 odd years, and I've been slowly flogging it on eBay and getting some fairly decent prices for some of it. Yeah. But you have to wait until you've got a good stock of cardboard boxes from work.
Yeah, I was just going to say that packing that can't be fun.
No, you have to do many layers of I do newspaper, and then I do bubble wrap, and then if I've got them, like packing peanuts and just like really ram them in there, and then foam around that as well. Haven't had a breakage yet, and all the feedback I get is wonderfully packaged, etc., etc. But yeah, it takes a lot of time.
That's why when I now have been selling my tools, I've been writing down or in the ads that pick up only. But I mean, people don't read. I think they just look at the pictures and they just send a message.
Yeah.
It's like, yeah, but I'm not shipping this. Why? It's a hassle. I need to pack it and I need to go somewhere to drop it off, and it's not that much money. But then I'm spending a lot of time to package it and get it to the place to get it shipped, just for PostNord to lose it. So no. And of course, I've sold this the flight case drawer section. It's like 50 kilos and like half a meter times half a meter times half a meter. So it's bulky as hell. And I put that up for sale. And of course, instantly one guy, do you send it? No, read the text. And then luckily I sold it today, actually, or I sold it yesterday. Someone paid unseen and had someone else pick it up today. And of course, I got the message. Will it fit into a normal car? No, but what is a normal car? And then I got a reply back. It's a Volvo XC70. Oh, it will fit. That you can fit a nuclear submarine in there and still have room for your groceries. So yeah, you're fine. So this lovely lady showed up with I mean, the exhaust pipe alone on that car was an Alpha class submarine in diameter, and she had a very substantial boombox subwoofer in there, but still we fitted in there. But yeah, it's not the kind of car you think people would be their first choice to pimp out in that way. But yeah, it worked.
Takes all sorts to make a world.
Oh yes.
Yeah.
Unfortunately.
You win some, you lose some.
Exactly.
But these are my kind of people. They give me the money that I want, and they arrive at my doorstep exactly when they say they were, and they just take shit away and leave. So yeah, this was a good day.
It's like this morning with my fellow with the bench vice. You know, we met at the prearranged destination, which was beneficial to both of us. He was there exactly at 8 o'clock, as was I. A quick phone call. Where are you? Here I am. Wonderful. Here's the vice. Here's £20. And we all go on our way. Then when I was selling the planer, I had several messages like that, which I just had to bounce off. It was like, how much to stick it on a pallet and send it to? Nope, it's collection only.
I was discussing this with a friend way back. If I was to lend him some tools or anything, put it in a black suitcase, and then we go to a place with a lot of people and we do one of these movie spy swaps, but very poorly so people can see it. So I just come and I put it down and just look very conspicuous, and then he will pick it up and leave. Not a word spoken. Sometimes I feel a little bit like that when I'm selling stuff. Some people are not very talkative, and they're just, dressed in black and hoodie and black van, and everything just backs up to your house, and you just throw something in there and they leave. Not sure what the neighbors are thinking. So,
well, at least they're talking about something.
Yeah.
No. Be the local gossip.
But
I'm doing my best.
Speaking of talking, this is fun. Of course, I have now 2 kids who are at that age where they're getting an attitude, and they know everything, although they don't. And of course, I was sitting in the car with the oldest, and I said something about her friend, and she just looked at me. How do you know that? By the magic of conversation. I talk to the other parents, That's what we do. It's not like you're living in your bubble and with your friends and the parents don't exist. We talk amongst each other. But no, that's unfathomable to their small brains that we talk together. It's like magic. So sometimes you're like, yeah, I saw you did that the other day. Like, how did he know? I drove past the football field and I saw them, and then I talked to the parents from time to time. So yes, we have decent control of what you're doing with whom at what time. But no, it seems like a surprise to them. So the kids of the day haven't discovered the magic of conversation.
We used to have a poster up in the office, which I thought it was hilarious, but someone vaguely senior saw it and asked us politely but firmly to take it down. And it was just a bunch of bored teenagers, and the text just says, "Teenagers, assert your independence. Move out, get a job, pay your own bills. Do it now while you still know everything." Apparently, that wasn't part of the college's message.
I mean, I think I guess in a college setting that might not be the best.
Well, yeah. Oh, did it upset someone? Well, at least it made someone experience a human emotion.
That's the thing, though. It never upsets the people it's aimed at. It's always someone else just feeling a lot on other people's behalf. And it's...
Actually, I'm very offended by that. Are you?
Yeah.
I don't think you are. You just want to be offended by something.
Anything really. It's grasping at straws.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, I actually thought about that just yesterday. If having one of those moments when you think back on your life and say, oh, that's kind of cringe, that the things I said, because, yeah, like everyone likes to show off that they know stuff. But some stuff I didn't know, even though I tried to show off. So, yeah, giving bad information and realizing, but yeah, I'm still like that. I still like to show that I know stuff. And some of that is probably wrong now as well. So nothing has really changed. It's a matter of, at some things, I actually have enough seniority that no one can fact check me. I mean, that sounds really good for measuring by knowledge that no one.
Exactly. If you say it with enough confidence and authority, they'll probably believe you.
Yeah, and that's what I'm afraid of.
It's fun that if you say something with enough conviction, and people like, yeah, that's probably right. He was so he has probably researched this a lot. No, I just had an opinion. And the worst thing is, though, if you have heard something and there might be a technical discussion at work, and I say that, well, I'm not 100% sure. I haven't fact-checked this, but I think I remember that because of this, then that. And then people are very eager to just jump to that. Yeah, that sounds plausible. That is probably right, because I have taken the precaution saying I'm not sure. That gives us like a false sense of legitimacy to the statement that since he is questioning himself means that he have probably thought this through and this is probably right. But if I say something, oh, this is like that, where do you have that from? I don't know. I just know. Then people will question your statement. But if you question yourself, they will like, all right, he has questioned himself, so we don't have to. So then it's probably right. And it's a dangerous thing, and it probably has a name. Someone should, if not already, research that. So,
yeah, I'd like to have a few witty, confusing one-liners for those charity people that stand outside supermarkets trying to sell you a subscription to, save the ocelot or whatever. Someone the other day, they were sat there with this very sad-looking dog who'd obviously been there all bloody day, and they just jumped out with a clipboard and their very bright polo shirt. hey, do you like dogs? I just said, no, I don't like the way they taste.
Meat's too stringy.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And the other one's the air ambulance people. And twice they've done it now, and twice I've given them the same response. They come up to you and say, could you save a life? I said, yeah, depends who it is.
That is true.
Yeah.
We'll put different amounts of effort in.
Yeah. Well, the other day, just yesterday, day before, I don't even know who they were, but they were just they just opened very cold with, "Can I ask you a question?" So I just said no and walked off. No, you can't ask me a question.
Yeah,
There you go.
I've done it.
That was a complete sentence.
But I'm polite, so I usually say no, thank you. I just leave even before they said what they want, because I don't have time for this. It's like they lock into me, and then like, no, thank you. So I mean, they could be offering me $1 million, but I like, no, thank you, and then walk away.
Yeah.
So,
yeah. Let's not waste anyone's time.
No. I can't even remember what it was now. Someone was giving something away, and I said, no, thank you, I'm not interested. But it's free. I said, I don't care if it's free. I don't want it.
yeah.
Yeah.
They couldn't fathom that, whatever piece of tat they were allegedly giving away for free, I didn't want. So like, no, there's a cost somewhere in here. There's going to be.
I think my father at one point, someone offered him something, and like, no, I would actually pay not to get that. So they were just so perplexed by that answer that I just left him alone. And I've also seen a lot of video clips where people, would you slap your coworker for, and then people are like, yes, but I didn't finish my yes, I would.
Absolutely.
That's all the information I need.
I remember a long time ago, my mum telling me about a story about my mum and my dad before I was born. Was walking down some high street somewhere, and there was someone with a clipboard doing a government survey, and they stopped and they chatted for a bit, and it was about television habits. And I said, "Do you watch mainly BBC One or ITV or that was it at the time?" And they go, "No, we don't really watch either of those. Do you like comedy programs, or do you watch the news or drama?" I said, no, we don't really watch any of those. I said, you don't watch a lot of TV? To which my dad apparently said, you really should have opened with, do you have a TV? Yeah, this was like late 60s, early 70s. Not everyone had a telly.
But that's the thing, though. Some of those people, most of them are bad at asking questions, but some of them, they ask a good question that it's very hard to not answer, to be polite, and then they have started the conversation, and then they know it's harder for you to get out of the conversation, and then they start tracking you into what they really want to talk about. So that's where I just, no thank you to anything, even if that doesn't make sense as an answer to what they're asking. So no thank you, and I just keep walking.
Yeah.
That's the thing. Never stop. Never. That's just keep momentum, keep going, mumble something and leave.
Yeah. Sure, let's walk and talk. But you can't move. You can't leave your little podium. Oh well.
yeah, let's walk and talk. And then they come to join you by a car, and you're like, yeah, that's interesting. And you just sit down in your car and you close the door and just drive away.
Yeah, then they get in the passenger seat. It's like, excuse me? Oh, I thought we were having a conversation.
Yeah. Well, to double back to, got sidetracked here a bit, but when you talked about things you've said that makes you cringe to die, most people, of course, your brain keep giving you these flashbacks, but it's even worse if you like to write things. I mean, script, plays, whatever. I have probably since I was 17, 18 accumulated a lot of text ideas, and sometimes I know that I've written something about something, and I'm looking for it, and then I stumble into like reading some old text about what was this about. And sometimes I stumble over something I've written in my 20s where I like, oh my God, you naive piece of ginger, you. It's like the world isn't that black and white. And it's hard though, because sometimes I read something and like, oh, this was actually decent thought for someone in their 20s, and it's humorously written. And then, but I would like to fact check or I have fact checked myself. So I would like to go in and change the text, but it is it's a picture frozen in time of how I thought and what I wrote in my 20s. So I struggle a bit.
Yeah, that's history revision.
Yes, and I don't like to do that. Of course, I can add a sentence. I mean, this is a better sentence, but of course, I don't have time to revise all my old text. But at least one or two texts I found so cringeworthy that I'm just gonna delete this. So that's saying something from someone who doesn't delete anything. But yeah, it was easier 20 years ago when I knew everything. now I'm in my 40s and I know the only thing I know is that I don't know shit.
Yep. You're 19 or 20 and hammering out your magnum opus on your typewriter. This is the life. I'm going to be the next fucking Jack Kerouac. You just watch me.
Yeah.
You read some of that back now. Oh dear. Yep, we just get older and more sensible.
Well,
or just get older.
And more.
And more. More reasons to shout at clouds.
Speaking of
there'll always be clouds to shout to.
Yeah. Speaking of sensible, I almost bought a router today, but I run into an issue. Because you can buy it as a kit with the Plounge base, which is quite a bit more expensive, or you can buy the one where you're just using it as an edge router handheld. And I have an old corded Plounge router, and I haven't used that in 4 or 5 years. I don't see myself using them a lot, but of course it's cheaper to buy it as a kit than to realize you need it later and then buy it. But then I also realized that if I need that base plate to fit onto the same track for my track saw, I can 3D print that for £1 in filament. But yes, you would have to manually like put one edge down and plunge it like gingerly before you start running it along the rails. But I did not get myself to buy it today because I could not decide, should I get the complete kit or should I get what I actually got to use for cheaper. So, I mean, when I say it like this, it makes 0 sense to just not buy the small one. But again,
I have the complete kit thing, and I haven't used half of it in there. So, yeah.
No.
I would probably go with the single one. You'll probably be fine.
Yeah, just buy the thing you actually need, and then if you need anything from the kit, it's not going to be as much, is it?
And you can bunch something together.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's probably going to be cheaper later as an accessory because they're probably going to come up with something new, which then I'm going to sell this tool to get the newer one. So yes, it's that eternal cycle of tool purchases.
You might find it used as well.
Yeah. So when I bought the little the Katsu palm router thing, which is a knockoff of the Bosch one, and yeah, these things are cheap enough to begin with anyway. But then they do them all as like various different combination kits on eBay, and they might do them on Amazon, but you can also get them as kits, but on AliExpress. And I really and ahed and had several different baskets going on from different suppliers of, well, this, and this comes with this base, and it comes with that base, but this one comes with a load of guide bushings. Do I need guide bushings? And in the end, I just bought the most basic one, just the router and a base, a fixed base, and that's all I've ever needed.